¿Qué pasa, vaqueros? And welcome back to another shotgun episode with Gumi. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the DOOF DOOF. That's right, the dreaded DOOF DOOF shotgun, but it's not going to be Dragon's Breath like everyone might assume. No, instead we're talking about Slugs, and I'm going to go over why they're actually pretty good even at 300 health because of their really good stopping power and headshot damage. This thing can be pretty nasty if you've got the aim for it. So if you're new here, I cover a lot of Call of Duty shotgun content, a lot of gun guides like that for unorthodox or unpopular weapons. So if you want to see more of that kind of content, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment below. And with all that being said, let's just get right into some stats. I know it's been a while since I've talked about Slugs on a Modern Warfare shotgun, so I wanted to dive into them again with this new 300 health update and kind of see how they're implemented, because yes, the 725 can't one-shot headshot anymore, so that gun really isn't the best to use anymore. It's still okay for people who can aim and hit a headshot, but really it's pretty tough to use since you only have those two shots. But the R90 is special because it combines that power, but it has two quick shots and then a pump and then another two quick shots. The rate of fire for those two quick shots is about 300 RPM, which is basically identical to the rate of fire of the JAK-12. Now you can two-shot with this, and if the two-shot works for you, that theoretical time to kill, if you're going as fast as you can, is going to be around 200 milliseconds, which is an insanely fast time to kill. That is no joke, but the likeliness of that happening and you getting that 200 milliseconds exact is pretty hard because of the nature of this gun, and you have to be so accurate with it. Sometimes you have to pace your shots. And let's check out this true power of this gun. For hand testing in Clash, I was able to get these numbers at all of the ranges. These are the exact measurements I got by hand in Clash. Assuming these are correct and that Clash isn't doing some weird thing with the damage numbers on screen, this is what we got. So the ranges on Sim are accurate, but these are the actual damage numbers you can get. If you notice, there is no way to two-shot kill unless you are hitting headshots. The headshots with Slugs deal an enormous amount of damage, and as you can see, up till about the last range, as long as you hit one headshot and one body shot, you can get a two-shot kill. And again, with a gun like this, that can be incredibly devastating and really, really powerful at close to medium ranges. Now, if you're looking at the damage for, say, chest, you can notice that in that first range, you can actually two-shot chest and up. You deal 169 damage, so that puts you over 300 health. That's a really strong spot to be in, but if you look at the range for it, it's not very far. It's about 2.5 meters for pretty much all the Slug shotguns, except for maybe the JAK-12, I think. But this is basically the spot you want to be for chest shots, but other than that, you're basically better off just hitting head. You cannot get two-shot kills anywhere else. I think on sim.gg, the chest damage in the second range is about 152, but I made sure to check it out and I could not get two-shot kills with it. It was about 149. It's just shy of getting a two-shot kill. It's really frustrating. I wish they could have just made it 150 and then, you know, you could two-shot with chest shots at, I don't know, 10 meters. That seems reasonable to me with a Slug shotgun, but alas, that's not how it goes. So basically, you have to hit headshots. If you are not hitting headshots, it will take 3 body shots, which isn't awful. It's just not ideal. It's really not that great if you're hitting body shots, and God forbid you hit legs, which you never want to do. It's going to take more than just 2 or 3. But if you can hit a headshot, you will be surprised how people will freak out when you kill them. It's actually pretty hilarious because they're like, this isn't Dragon's Breath, but it's not the base R90, which sucks butt. So this is definitely weird, but man, it's incredibly fun to use. But you gotta practice. This isn't an easy thing to use by any means. So I do encourage you guys to check it out, but make sure you kind of know what you're getting yourself into if you want to try it out. Now, as far as the ranges go for this particular shotgun, the ranges are just subpar of the Model 680 and the VLK Rogue. This is sort of the middle ground where you're getting some actually really good two-shot range and some power at these ranges, but it's not as good as the Model 680, but it makes up for it with a little bit of a faster fire rate, right? So up to about 33 meters, as long as you're hitting a headshot and then a body shot like above stomach, you can get a two-shot kill, and that's a really, really respectable range. Once you hit outside of 33 meters, it's gonna take 3 headshots or 4 body shots, so it's not ideal past that. This isn't really a sniping Slug shotgun. I know before this update, some of the Slug shotguns you could kind of just get away with really far shots and like 2-shot headshots and stuff. This isn't the case anymore. Because of the damage, because of 300 health being a thing now, it's going to take 3 shots at least, or 3 headshots and then 4 body shots. Again, not ideal. You can't really be sniping per se with this thing, but this is incredible for a shotgun. This is incredible range. And again, you have to be sort of a marksman when you use this. You can't go into this expecting to just hip fire, especially with the build I recommend. It's not really a hip fire build, but you can kind of kit it out to be that way. But overall, this is a gun you want to aim down sights with. Now, we do have attachments to help with the range for this thing, but But to be honest, out of all of them, we have the tac sentry barrel, the choke, which is a 4% increase, the monolithic suppressor, which is a 3% increase. Out of all these attachments, you really don't need to rock them for the range itself. There's other reasons to use them, but if you want to use the tac sentry barrel, I just don't recommend it because it's got such great range already. You don't need to weigh your aim down sight speed by using it, and you want to have a good, quick, snappy aim down sight speed, and it's really not necessary because the range benefit you get, I think it's about 8% with the tac sentry barrel. It's just not necessary. You really don't need that range increase. So for me personally, I recommend using the monolithic suppressor because even though you do get a little bit of range, we're more concerned about being suppressed because you're going to miss some shots with this. If you use the choke, you are going to get a little bit of a tighter spread, so your slug, it isn't going to veer off target quite as much as you might think. But the monolithic suppressor, a little bit of range, and you do get some nice suppression, which is important because like I said, you're probably going to miss a shot or two. You don't want to reveal your position and then just get blasted. So I recommend that. The lightweight suppressor hurts your range too much, so I don't really recommend it. But the choke, like I said, it's another good attachment, but you're risking missing your shots and then getting spotted. So it's a trade-off, but it's up to you to make that choice. Now let's go over what I think the best overall class is for this gun. First, we're rocking the monolithic suppressor. This is going to help give us a little bit more range, but that's not important. The main reason is so we don't lose any range and that we can be suppressed on the minimap because that's really important since you might miss a few shots. Then we have the tac laser. Normally I run the 5mW laser, but I decided to rock the tac laser and I've been having some good results with it. I really like it on this gun. It feels pretty good. It's nice to have a really snappy aim down sight speed, which this helps with. Then we have the FTAC ultralight pump. This is going to be for aim walking movement speed, so you can strafe a little bit faster. You can kind of peek around corners a little bit better. I like this attachment a lot, and honestly, you could rock an optic if you want, and you could always swap out this pump for that optic. But honestly, I think the iron sights are okay. They're decent enough for the ranges that you should be using this thing. Then we have the stippled grip tape, which is going to help with the sprint to fire just slightly, and of course a better aim down sight speed. And then of course we have slug rounds. That's sort of the main course for this whole setup right here. Now, as for my thoughts on this gun, it is a lot of fun to use, but be prepared to get a little frustrated. But once you get past that initial learning curve, you figure out kind of how to aim, where to aim, what ranges you should be at. This thing can be such an absolute blast to use because you can down people so unexpectedly. They just don't know what hit them, and then bam, just 2 shots and they're gone. It is so much fun. I love hitting those headshots. It's incredibly satisfying. The best way I found to use this is to really pace your shots. You don't want to just go boom, boom, unless they're kind of in your face. That's where you can kind of just like, I don't know, all hell let loose and just spam away. But, you know, once they're past that like 10-meter mark, aim and kind of pace your shots. Shoot once, wait a second, see if you can get your other shot in, right? If you can down them in 1 shot, go ahead and shoot that other shot, right? So you're ready for your other 2 shots. That's kind of the trick to this gun, is you always want to make sure you have your 2 shots and never just 1. So it's kind of this fun little flow you get into where you're kind of like just shooting and then, you know, you don't get another shot out, so you just shoot again and then you have 2 to go. I don't know, there's just something satisfying about using this. So I recommend you guys giving it a shot. It's probably one of the better slug shotguns now because of the update with 300 health. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this gun? Are there any other slug shotguns that I should check out or revisit? Maybe the JAK 12 again, or maybe frag rounds on the JAK 12. I know I might check that out soon. But like I said, if you want to see more shotgun content, Modern Warfare 2 content, maybe I'll go into pistols and do some guides for those. Let me know down below in the comments. And with all that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.